Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter World. And even though Alatreon has been delayed because of the current situation that we are experiencing out in the world, and by the way, make sure that you yourself are staying safe. Stay indoors if you can. If you go outside, wear a mask, improvise something. There's plenty of how-to videos on YouTube as to how to improvise a mask from household items that you most likely have. So if you need to go outside, use a mask. Social distancing, all of that jazz. Just try to be as safe as possible, because right now one of the key aspects of surviving this thing is basically not filling up our hospitals beyond their capacity. So the longer you can stay without being sick, you should definitely do so, regardless of what anyone is telling you in the government, like, oh yeah, we're lifting quarantines and doing this and the other. Stay safe. Okay, just stay safe is all I want to say, because I've been seeing so many news out there that people are starting to treat this thing like, oh, it's done, like we're over the hump, it's all over, and it's like, it's really not. But anyway, as I was saying, even though Alatreon has been delayed, Tempered Namielle is still very much on schedule. She will be arriving tonight. Now in my time zone, which is the same time zone as British Standard Time, she's going to be arriving at 1 in the morning. I've also converted this to Pacific Standard Time, which is going to be 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. in Eastern Standard Time. I'm not going to be able to convert for every single time zone out there, so just take these three, whichever one is closest to you, and convert to your to your own equivalent. It's very easy to do on Google. And I do say that now you have to do it manually, because it appears that the Monster Hunter team has temporarily suspended the official Monster Hunter calendar. Now, we already know that they're going to be extending the current event quests as much as possible so that people have stuff to do in the game, because I think that we're going to be strapping ourselves in for a bit of a long haul. It's going to be a while before we get an update. And, even as much as I would like to get these updates as soon as possible, because everybody wants to enjoy more Monster Hunter World, I think it is more important that the team keep themselves safe and don't work themselves into dangerous situations. So yes, stay safe, delay the updates. It's fine. We've gotten so much for free already in Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter World Iceborne that I think it's more than fair that they're like, hey guys, that this whole thing that's happening around the world is kind of becoming a bit of a problem. I've seen some comments from people that are going like, my updates, and it's just like, dude, a little bit of understanding, please. It's not like things are business as usual out there in the world. So anyway, but in regards to Tempered Namielle, I will be live streaming it over on Twitch. If you guys want to come hang out, I'll probably be live 1 or 2 hours before she goes live, doing other things, which, by the way, if you need help with things like Master Rank Cult to Roth, which I've still seen people say, hey dude, I need help, Cult to Roth, I need to get some more materials, all of this, then show up by the stream. That's like one of the easiest ways of getting help with anything you need, so long as you have, free time at the time that I go live. I've gone live at very different times, and I always try to tell people, hey, I'm be running Cult to Roth, I'm be running this thing, I'm be running that thing, for anything that people need, just to basically help out, because I know that there's some people out there that struggle a little bit more, and they need to get their materials too. So just do that. If you can't do that, you can also join our Discord. There's usually people out there that are willing to help. It's going to be a little bit more challenging to get help for GU, because not as many people play GU, but in World, there's usually a lot of people that will be willing to help you with any quest that you need. Our Discord server, and definitely throughout our live stream as well. I'll do my best. The reason I actually stopped running Cult to Roth, by the way, is because I personally don't need anything from Cult to Roth. There's not a whole lot of stuff that I need there, and every last time that I streamed Monster Hunter World, I just ask in chat, hey, does anybody need anything from Cult to Roth? Type 1, and not a single person needed anything anymore. That's kind of like why I stopped running her. But hey, if you guys still need something, show up to the stream, and I'll try to help out as much as I can. Now, beyond Tempered Namielle, we're also going to be getting new layered armor, the Artian set, as I mentioned in my previous video, the Black Belt set, the Guardian set, Acrobat earrings, and Showman earrings. I don't know how many of these are going to actually require Tempered Namielle tickets, how many of these are just going to require regular materials. That is something that we're going to find out tonight as we go live. I mean, probably this is information that is already known, because as usual, stuff gets data mined, stuff gets leaked, but I prefer experiencing stuff when it comes to the game, so I'm not going to be reporting on leaks or data mines or anything like this. And this is not It's not like anyone has asked me not to talk about this information. Capcom didn't tell me, hey, you can't talk about it. None of that. It's just I, as a personal preference, would rather not do it. Now, besides all of these things, we're also going to get 2 new event quests. Those event quests are going to, one of them is going to be for high tier decorations, and the other one's going to be for high grade armor spheres. So I'm going to be very curious to check out the high tier decorations one in particular. Maybe I can get that that expert +4. The mythical, legendary deco that totally does not exist, that is attack +4. Maybe I can get one of those. I don't know. We shall find out. But yeah, those are the things that are coming. And by the way, Tempered Namielle is a limited time event quest, but because of what is happening right now and with them delaying Alatreon and all of that, the Monster Hunter team is going to keep event quests live for a significant amount of time, which means this gives you more time to do event quests that you might have not done yet and more time to do Tempered Namielle. So you should have a significant amount of time to get around to doing it. So there's really no need to rush, but just as usual, I'll be there as soon as the quest comes out to check it out. And eventually tomorrow, I'll probably do like a guide video if I see that Tempered Namielle is significantly more challenging. Even though Namielle is one of the more enjoyable fights for me, I understand that some people don't like it because some people keep getting hit by her breaths or the ult just catches them off guard or whatever. Namielle has always been one of the quests that actually works fairly well for me. I main the gun lance, and with the gun lance, she's pretty trivial. Like sometimes it takes a little bit longer because she runs away a little bit and whatnot. But in terms of blocking, I can block most of her stuff. It doesn't even impact you that hard. The thing that hits the hardest is her ultimate, which, most weapons you can just avoid by Superman diving. So I don't find Namielle super challenging, but I understand that for some people it might be. So I'll try to come up with some tips and stuff after I fight the Arch-Tempered version, because for the regular and tempered version, there's not a whole lot to say other than like, hey, if she knocking you on your ass with the waves is giving you problems, wear a waterproof mantle, Her lightning should not be giving you that much problem because you can always Superman dive, dodge it. Like every weapon has like a way to deal with her lightning stuff. So I don't think that is a major issue. And yeah, besides that, I just don't know what else I can say in regards to Namielle, because I never saw her as a terribly challenging thing. But yeah, we shall see tonight what that's going to be. Maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe Arch-Tempered version will be like completely crazy and insane. But we'll see what that is like. And then tomorrow I'll give you guys a couple of tips. I'll also tell you about the new quests tomorrow once I've experienced them and whether or not I feel like they are a good use of your time. And people don't always agree with what I think is a good use of your time or not. That's something that was definitely proven by the Rurikhan Gigante quest. But hey, opinions are opinions, man. At the end of the day, that is pretty much all that I have to say in regards to Monster Hunter World. I do have a couple of more personal updates in case you guys are wondering what I've been up to. I've actually been live streaming Trials of Mana, started yesterday. I did not initially plan on checking out this game, but I checked out the demo, which was available on the Switch. I'm assuming there's also a demo available on the platforms where this is releasing, so like PS4, Xbox One at least. I don't know if this is coming to PC or not. But I assume that there's a demo there that you guys can check out too. And the demo is very much worth playing because it tells you, it gives you a good sense of what the game feels like. And I enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked the art style. I feel like the game feels very cozy for some reason. And it just feels nice to play. It's not tremendously challenging or anything like that. At least it hasn't been up until the point that I've played. But it's just a nice game to play and just enjoy. So that's something that I've been doing, is playing Trials of Mana. Also in my spare time off stream, I've been playing the original Final Fantasy VII. Like I told you guys that I've been doing ever since I played the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've been very curious to checking out the original. I've played up, up until the part that you leave Midgar, so I know the comparisons that you can do with the original and the remaster now. But I've played a significant chunk beyond that. I'm like 15 hours in, give or take. And I'll tell you what, though, it is a fairly hard game to play for me, because there's so many mini games in between that I personally am not enjoying all that much. Some of the story beats are cool. Some of the story beats kind of fall flat. It's just, I understand that for a lot of people, this game is like the most sacred thing that you've ever played. But playing it for the first time, for me, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I like the combat. The art style doesn't bother me tremendously, but I do feel that a big chunk of what people bring in from the original Final Fantasy VII is definitely nostalgia. Like, I'm sorry, that's the vibe that I get. I'm not saying I'm 100% right, and I do understand that, you know, back in the day, a lot of the stuff that the game was doing was probably revolutionary, but I don't know, it's not hitting me quite as hard. Like, I like the remake more, and I know that a lot of people are going to be upset about that, but not only that, but it's actually made me appreciate the fact that the remake is making certain decisions and making certain things different and creating an actual new story. I actually plan on doing a whole video just talking about this, so that's something for a later date. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish 7 before I talk about that. We shall see. And another interesting thing that has happened is that I've kind of mentioned on stream a couple of times that this year is almost like my Final Fantasy year, because we started things off with the remake. Before the remake, I finished pretty much all of the MSQ in Final Fantasy XIV, which has basically grown to be one of my favorite stories in video games ever. Final Fantasy XIV story is really, really good. And once the 5.3 patch hits, I would highly advise anyone that is even remotely curious about Final Fantasy XIV to check it out, because it really is worth it. The story is friggin' fantastic. But yeah, so I finished Final Fantasy XIV, played the remake, finished the remake. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII. I bought the cartridge that still hasn't arrived with Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII. I eventually plan on playing that too. And just the other day, I bought Final Fantasy XII. This is because I was looking for a good price on Persona 5 Royal, which I bought on Amazon. And while I was browsing through it, I saw a couple of other games, and one of those games is this one. It was like $25, which usually I think I see this game at like $40 in most places, the physical version. And I was like, man, $25 seems like it's a bit cheaper than usual. So I went ahead and I bought it. I usually hear good things about Final Fantasy XII, so that might be something that I check out as well. But anyways, that's going to be it for the update. Hopefully I'll see you guys later tonight when we're doing Tempered Namielle, or maybe a little bit earlier while we're still doing Trials of Mana. Either way, thank you all very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you do not enjoy this video, hit the dislike button. Feedback is important. Feedback, which you can also leave in the comment section down below. If you usually enjoy my stuff, subscribe, bell notification icon, the usual stuff. But more importantly than everything, stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong, and may your shields never break.